Hello, Taurus. Welcome back to Peony Lore, where we help you to find the beauty in all things. This is going to serve for all sun, moon, and rising of Taurus, or anywhere else where you have it heavy in your chart. For the week of the 7th through the 13th, please forgive. We had a device problem. Had to dump my system and start from scratch, and was not able to save the versions that I had already recorded from the previous week. But we move forward and we move on. We move on. Hope everybody's doing well. So Taurus, you would have started off with an opportunity last week because the moon would have gone into your sign late towards the weekend, and clearly you are up again here on Monday and Tuesday with the moon being in your sign. So hopefully this will be able to lead or lend a little bit more information and support to what it is that you've got going on. Late on Tuesday, we will have the moon transitioning into the sign of Gemini, where it will be there for Wednesday, and then Thursday it will transition later on, late in the evening, into the sign of Cancer. So Cancer Friday and Saturday and most of Sunday, and then on Sunday late afternoon it will transition into the sign of Leo. So if you have any of those placements in your chart, you may want to take a look at those as well. Let's go ahead and lay these cards down. 7 cards for every single day of the week. We will clarify. And then make sure you stick around towards the end, because we will have the placements also pulled out for you for both Taurus Sun, Rising, and Moon. Okay, so this is looking good so far. We have the 5 of Pentacles in reverse on Monday. We've got the Sun upright on Tuesday. Let's see what we got going on here. Okay, we have in this order the Hermit on Wednesday, the Tower in reverse on Thursday. Friday we have the 6, I beg your pardon. Let me go find my water really quickly. Why am I hiccuping? 6 of Wands in the reverse position. That's interesting, especially sitting next to the Tower. We'll clarify. Find out what's going on here. Interesting. Looks like we're finding some information out. And let's get the card for Sunday, please, universe, for our Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Taurus, Taurus, Taurus. All right, there it is. Taurus's energy on Sunday is the Queen of Pentacles in the reverse position. So listen, you guys, this particular week for you is all about evaluation. You're going to be presented, I'm sure, with information that is going to maybe have something to do with a workplace or a project that you're working on, but this is the week where you're going to have to sit and you're going to have to evaluate the details that come out. Let's get your Sacred Geometry card to see if there's another way for me to try to explain and what else we could do with this information for you. What is it? Whoa, that was super fast. Thank you, universe. Okay, guys, what do we have here for our Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Rising? Well, rebirth, transformation, reweaving, and activating. This is a very big card, you guys. This is all about a lot of spiritual pieces coming into play for you, lining up, things changing, and of course your spiritual and your actual earth walk are going to have an opportunity to merge together when we get this card. Transformation, reweaving opportunities, making new things come true for yourself, and then reactivating certain parts of yourself that may have run a little bit dormant in the past. So let's just put that one there so you can look at that. Archangel Metatron's cube, I would be all about that. I would be all about doing some additional manifesting. If you didn't use the energy of the new moon in Pisces from the previous week, do it. You still have time to do it. You can manifest at any point. You guys just know that those points in the universe are just a little bit beefier when it comes down to the details. I'm going to grab an angel therapy card here just to add a little bit more depth to this particular one here, and then we'll clarify, and then we will move into the different placements. Okay, make sure that if you are liking this video that you are giving it a like, sharing it out. If you haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing. I am interested in continuing to grow my channel and help people. I am open for booking, so if you are interested in a personal reading with me, then take a look at the description box below. You will find my calendar and all of the details there. I love working with people. So here's what we've got. Oh, I put it back before I gave you the up close. We've got books. So here's the deal. For some of you, not all of you, but for some of you, this is going to involve an edit to your life's purpose. We're talking about writing, we're talking about reading, editing, or selling even spiritually based books. Not all of you, but some of you. The other and the remainder of you that doesn't jive with, so to speak, is going to have a lot to do with, you're going to find the key piece of information that you need in a book. Don't be surprised if a book falls off the shelf, or a magazine, or something falls off the shelf to a page. Read that page, because whatever that detail is all about is for you specifically. I've seen it a million times. Okay, so let's see what we've got going on here, guys. On Monday and Tuesday, these are just this is sexy cards here, man. You've got the Five of Pentacles in the reverse position, and you've got the Sun card. So the Five of Pentacles is awesome because it's talking about receiving some sort of information, or even you in a mental thought process, removing yourself from lack mentality, feeling as though you were being stuck, or you couldn't move forward, or you didn't have the information, or whatever the case might have been. You're moving out of that, right? And we're moving into sunnier times here. We get into the Sun card, literally the best card in the entire deck, you guys. We've got the Sun card. So the Sun card highlights all of the different things that it surrounds itself with, right? Then on top of that, you get another major arcana on Wednesday, and you've got the major arcana for Virgo. So listen, you could be dealing with either a Leo or a Virgo here. You don't necessarily have to be, or you have it in your chart. But what we are saying is that the Sun is talking about, we're coming out of this kind of an odd situation. And the Hermit card, normally, Virgo, you know, we want the Hermit card to be in the upright, because it's encouraging us to go within, figure some things out for ourselves, get reconnected back in with spirit, find your own personal light in a particular situation, and then so that you can use that information going forward. With them being in the reverse position, the only thing I can say is that I think that either we're avoiding something, and we'll find out when we clarify, or you figured out everything that you needed to know, and now you're ready to take this journey. Let's just find out what that's about here in a little bit. When we get to Thursday, we have the energy of the Tower, right? So this is surprises. This is not always exactly what we want to be able to see, guys. Now, the Tower is all about surprises. It doesn't have to be negative all the time, but it may be something that you weren't really prepared for. And so when the Tower presents itself, we're talking about shaking some things up. Okay, we're shaking some things up. Information that you didn't know is going to show up, and maybe if you were loosely basing some details on something, this could come to shake it down a little bit, to say, no, there were some things that you didn't see in the background here, and we're going to try to take care of this for you. So we have the Tower card that's sitting here next to the Six of Wands in the reverse position. So listen, you're not feeling, maybe this information that's coming out for you over here is maybe providing you with some detail that you didn't expect, and maybe it puts you in a temporary position of feeling as though maybe you got passed over for something, or maybe there was more information that you should have been involved with at some point, maybe, because this puts you back into the Five of Wands position, like a little bit of self-defeat in one sense, trying to get yourself out of a conflict. You just haven't quite gotten the shine that you were looking for on this particular day. When we move into Saturday, whatever it is that came out here, you now have the strong level information that you need to have with this Two of Swords. This Two of Swords in the upright would be saying that you do need to have some faith, and you do need to understand that there is a strong decision that needs to be made between your head and your heart. It's got to feel right. The universe is saying you can do whatever it is that you need to do. Just make sure that you're paying attention to what happens in blind faith. But when it's in the reverse position, you've made a decision. There's a strong decision that's been made because you found out everything that you needed to know. So the energy that we have for you, Taurus, on Sunday is the Queen of Pentacles that's in the reverse position. So listen, what this means is that, again, you do have the capability of transforming, and this whole week is going to be about transforming something that you potentially did not receive. There's a lot of evaluating that needs to take place for you this upcoming week, but that's not always a bad thing, right? Getting second opportunities to take a look at things and chances that we didn't have before is great if you're paying attention to it. Now, let's just go through the clarifiers And let's see what other detail I can pull out for you guys here. Make sure that you stick around towards the end for the individual placements, and know that when I do the individual placements, I will be using the Ask Angels deck, which means that you have an opportunity to participate here. You can ask your angels anything, and then we'll find out what it is that they have to say when we get to those sections. All right, we got this Five of Pentacles that's showing up here on Monday. Monday actually looks to be, all right, that is looks to be, like I said, in your favor, a very, very good day. We have a lot of things that are happening in the universe. We got the moon in Taurus. We have this conjunct going on with Uranus in Taurus, which is long expansion and things that we know that we want. We know that we've had money and or family very much on our brain in the past, or maybe some things weren't necessarily going in the way that they wanted to go. That placement in the universe is really talking to us about making sure that we are focusing on what that is. There's the reevaluating. There's the Eight of Cups. Looking backwards a little bit, making sure that you have not overlooked an opportunity, and maybe you're not ready to move forward with something different at this time because you maybe didn't have the information before, but now you do. We have some extra cards that came out here. This is very, very interesting to me. This is very kind of heavy information, to be perfectly honest with you. I'm going to move these up here because we've got some extra. So we've got this Eight of Cups where we're reevaluating something, especially something that was keeping you up at night here, right? You want to move forward. We've got the Fool card talking about, I want to do this. I want to do this different thing. And this is you here. You are the Hierophant. You come into your own reading here at the end of the day here. And what we've got is this conversation that says, you may not have at this moment all of the information that you need in order to move forward. You know that you want to do this, but at least mentally, you are at least stepping forward to know that you don't have all the information. So not knowing is part of the situation. You know, you know. So the other thing with the Hierophant is that it's in the reverse position. It's saying that in order for you to move to this next direction, you might require a piece of paper. You might require having to read something, having to reference something that is going to be important to you moving forward. So let's move forward and see what Tuesday has. Why is the sun in the upright position? Well, I'm going to tell you why. Because you have the moon in an excellent position where it's positioned with the waxing moon for business, arts, networking, and all those other different types of things. So if you can take advantage of that on this particular Tuesday, right, then I think you're going to be in a great position. But you do need to make sure that you get those things done before or around 9:30 in the morning Eastern time, okay? So just do the math backwards based upon where you happen to live in the country or the world. Yep, here we go. Five of Swords energy is talking about a little bit of that self-defeat, a little bit of self-defeat, like you're trying to come out of this energy. You know the Judgment card is here to say to you, we have to be able to work on this second opportunity, this second chance. Second chance is coming around, and what we have on top of that is the King of Cups. Very, very interesting. So we're very much highlighting the fact that you know that there's something different that you want to do. And the universe is agreeing with you. You're just not 100% there yet. You are in the process of evaluating what's going on here. Now, the King of Cups in the reverse position very simply could mean that you are dealing with someone who's a little bit moody, right? Especially if you're going to have a conversation with someone. This person could be a little bit moody. He could be a little bit out of his element. Could be a little bit, just could be having some challenges going on. We still have Mercury and, I beg your pardon, we have Mars and we also have Venus in Aquarius still. So that's that expansive energy of how we move forward, when we move forward, right? So that's pretty important. But when the moon is entering in the sign of Gemini, you've got to have known where it is that you stand. And we still do have Mercury also in that whole play with Aquarius. So that's gonna have a little bit of play on conversations that are going to be taking place. So just be aware of that on this particular day. It's still a good day though. It's still a great day for that opportunity. Let's move into Wednesday and see what the Hermit has got going on here. We have the Page of Cups in the reverse. Okay, so we aren't receiving a piece of information on this particular day, or you didn't receive a piece of information and therefore you're coming out guns blazing. Yeah, here we go. We've got the 8 of Wands in the reverse position. So this is no-go energy here. This is no-go. This is not receiving what it is quite that you want. And what I'm getting out of this for you guys is business. Now, if you own your own business, perhaps there was a contract that you were waiting for. I don't think that this is the day that you're going to get it, especially with the Page of Swords also in the reverse position. And on top of that, it has a lot to do with your Wheel of Fortune opportunity that's coming in Jupiter. This is not the day. So what I would say is, that's what it looks like on the surface. Perhaps you really want to be in a little bit more of going within just a little bit. But what I'm really getting out of this is that you realize that you didn't get this attempt, you didn't get the communication, it didn't go the way that you wanted. And I do still feel that this is very heavy with work or projects for people. Let's move to Thursday's energy. Thursday's energy, obviously we are still in the sign of Gemini. It's Gemini all day. We do have the energy of Pluto in Capricorn taking place. So that has to be said when we're sitting here talking about the Tower, because it just makes sense. Pluto in Capricorn, what is it that we've got going on? We've been talking about this transformation of what needs to happen. That's the season that we're in. That's what's going on, folks. And the whole Capricorn duty and perseverance about that, how we're going to go about getting it done. So perhaps you have to change the way that you were thinking about trying to make something else happen. And that's why the Tower is here, just to say this part of it's not going to work and we've got to change this because you're not going to get the outcome that you feel that you deserve. What we have here is, we got the Knight of Wands in the reverse position. And then finally we've got the Nine of Pentacles in the reverse position. Let's see what that outcome card is here. Woo! But we do have the Eight of Pentacles. Yeah, so this to me is work related or project related. And yep, I'm right. Six of Cups, thinking about happier days, and then there's the Tower. So what you guys are being told to do here is realize that when it comes to work, you have to think about your happiness in the situation as well, right? You got to think about your happiness in the situation. If there's something that you can do right now to make an adjustment, then that is probably what it is that you're going to need to be able to focus on when it comes to the energy of Thursday. What is it that you can do now to take control over the situation? Because when we get to the energy of Friday, it looks like you're not going to be receiving you're not going to be receiving what it is that you were hoping for. Let's go ahead and clarify that Six of Wands in the reverse position. Yep, business minded, not necessarily seeing the fruits of your labor come in, seeing your ships coming in on this particular day. It doesn't look to me like this is the day where you're going to actually see that come into fruition, right? We do have a couple of squares that are coming in. We do have that square with Chiron and Aries with the whole moon in Cancer. So, we've been talking about that for a while. What is your level of responsibility in this particular situation? We have the Two of Pentacles, which means choices have to be made here. Perhaps many of them financial for yourself. And the other card that we have here, is the Five of Wands. You've got to stop fighting yourself and having this internal conflict with yourself. And it looks like you're going to come out of it because there's something that you really, really want. Now, we do have the Lovers card that's coming out here. We do have Gemini coming out in that position. But I'm going to tell you that the Lovers doesn't always have to be a loved one. As you guys know, it could be a business partner or something else, but there is a strong decision that needs to be made here, and it does look like that's what you're going to be doing. It's just not 100%. So I would say that this is in play on this day as well. There is an opportunity for you to make that choice, because it's when it's in the upright position. We are talking about making a strong, solid decision, which tells me that's what you're getting ready to do. Two of Swords in the reverse is like, you had a decision to make and you're making this decision. Here we go. Yep. You found out everything you needed to know from the High Priestess. It's almost like the High Priestess was responsible for pushing that Tower down a little bit. Yep. Three of Cups in the reverse position. Something's not right. You're not getting this, you're not getting this happiness. You're not seeing the people come together. You're not getting the balance out of the situation. Ugh. And there's the balance card. You're examining the amount of energy and effort you're putting into something for small rewards. You've got the Knight of Pentacles that's in the reverse position. So you have done a lot of thinking about this change that must need to take place here based upon what it is that you've learned over here. So when that leads us into the energy of Sunday, we are a little bit shaky because we know that we've got to now do something different, and that's fine. You're allowed to be in your feels, and you're allowed to be able to re-examine and reassess kind of what that is for you. We have Pluto, I beg your pardon, Neptune, okay, in Pisces, very, very heavily, really putting a lot of extra water and emotion on this particular day because the moon is in Cancer. So be mindful of that, okay? They're meeting up together. Yep, there's the water. That has a lot to do with what's going on here, but we still also do have this opposition then that takes place with Pluto in Capricorn as far as the expansion. So that really does make a lot of sense to me as far as the astrology is concerned. And so not only do you have the 10 of Wands, you also now have the 10 of Swords. Whatever decision it is that you're making, you know, emotionally, you are ramping yourself up because whatever needs to be done in order to put you in a position where you're feeling a little bit more stable and capable of providing, or whatever the case may be, whether it's project information or the whatnot, you're owning your energy on this particular day, or at least you have the opportunity to understand that that is what's getting ready to happen here. This is big, you guys. This is a huge week. Yeah. This is a huge week for you. This is where you get to make the decision about what it is that you need to do. Some of you, I do feel, are going to be making some decisions that are going to be changing your business or your work situations very, very much here. Now, let's go ahead and pull out the additional details for the placements, okay? So we're going to use the Black Moon Astrology, we're going to pull out a Numerology, and then we're going to pull out the Ask Angels. So this is where you can pause the video if you want to take the moment to ask your angels. But I want to remind you guys, this whole week is about transformation for you. You get a chance to reweave something. You get a chance to reactivate something else that maybe you hadn't thought about before. And for many of you, the answer is going to be in a book, maybe a newspaper, a magazine, or something else is really going to spark your engines. Here we go. This is for Taurus Sun. Ooh. We had 500 cards that wanted to pop out, guys. So give me a second. I'm going to reshuffle that. Okay. Hello, little fella. Okay, one more time. All right, Taurus Sun. Thank you so much. Oh, there it is. Okay. Water element. Sensing things. Gotta be able to go in and face your emotions a little bit, my friends, when it comes to this particular week. And it looks to me like the heavier portion of it is literally on this Sunday. You have to make the decision here to cut bait, or to you will have made the decision to cut bait because something is not really working for you, and you have been made very, very and abundantly clear about what that has been for yourself. Let's move on to your numerology for our Taurus Sun. There it is. Yup. You got to surrender. You got to give something up, guys. You got to give something up. Something is just not really working. It's not your fault that it's not working. From what I can see here, there's lots of other energies of people that are involved in this, especially when it comes to work. I see at least three different groups that are potentially in this, but something is not working out. Something that you were hoping is not working out. I think some of this may have been a temporary situation for some people, so a situation that you put yourself in temporarily to give yourself a chance to go back and take a look at something. So let's surrender to the universe and see what they have to say and offer to you, okay? Let's go now in with your Ask Angels card. This is for Taurus Sun. Okay, thank you. Taurus Sun. Yep. What the angels are saying is you just need to remain positive this week because just because it's not exactly what you want this week doesn't mean that it can't potentially show up for you in a different way, okay? Let's go ahead now and move towards our Taurus Risings. Taurus Rising. Come on, guys. Taurus Rising. Not the whole deck. Just one. Here it is. Ooh, Taurus Rising, you have the partner card, and you also came in with yourself. So the most important day that we have here is this energy of the Six of Wands. This Friday is going to be a pivotal day for you to really, I would say, pay attention to what's going on with your partner, because literally this is the Lover card, but also the Taurus energy of I have. So for me, again, this is all about Pentacles. It's about moving forward with dreams and aspirations and things of that particular nature. But you know, the 7th house, your partners. Now, if you're not married or you're not dating someone, then the reality of the situation is you kind of have to take a peek at what's going on with where things are correct. Now, technically, this would be the energy of Libra's Justice card, but I'm putting it on the Lovers because that's what I'm being told to tell you about. It's definitely going to be about this day. The Taurus I have card that we have here is you, okay? And it is the energy of the Hierophant that's also popping up here. So these are the 2 days out of the week that are going to be kind of the meat that meets up with this. Again, we don't have the literal card of justice that's out here, but I'm being told to tell you that this is going to be the other day. So maybe the conversation starts here and there's more conversation that goes into play here. Perhaps you're dealing with a Libra in your relationship as the lover of a relationship. Perhaps you're dealing with a Libra as your business partner, somebody else that's involved in a project for you. Okay, let's move on to your numerology card. There it is. Wow, self-love comes out. So you are definitely going to need to make sure that you give yourself a break this week and love on yourself with this whole process that's been taking place this whole week. You know that things always have a way of turning around, and so this too will change. I do think that what I'm getting with this card being so strong is that you have a strong partner, Taurus. You do have a strong partner. So if there is something that has to shake out that's related to you specifically, you do have a strong partner. Let's move into your Ask Angels card. Thank you. Listen to your intuition. So, High Priestess here, okay? So you're being guided, and it looks like you are doing it. They're just confirming for you here that you do definitely have strong intuition and need to listen to your intuition. I feel that you're going to know that something is not quite right. I feel you're going to know that you're being given these nudges from the universe for a reason, and to not challenge your own intuition in the situation either. Okay, so listen to your intuition for our Taurus rising. Now let's move on to our Taurus moon, and let's see what we got going on for you. Taurus moon, there it is. Yep, Taurus moon is all about Jupiter, abundance, the wheel of fortune, money, 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 having money on the mind, and that makes a lot of sense to me. We've got the 10 of Pentacles. You're coming out of a situation where you know something needs to change. You got the wheel of fortune sitting right here when we get to this big deal on Wednesday. It's not quite where it is that you want it to be. You want to be able to see some things happen. And so the Wheel of Fortune in the reverse position means we do have options for you. We have second chances. We have options that are showing up. So in order for this to show up, we've got to move and adjust some things out of the way that don't really make any sense, right? So that is the big day for you. I think could be a bigger aha moment for you when you get to the energy of this day. Let's move into your numerology and see what we have for you. Here we go. Oh, almost lost it. Hey, looky, 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 looky. We have a happy ending. So listen, it's coming. It's just not here on this day. This strong choice being made, balancing out finance. This day, realizing where balance is, you being the king, or well, in this energy, you would be more so the queen, but the Knight of Pentacles, realizing where something is not being delivered to you so that you can get to this next point, and you dropping the swords and the wands. Please, this is so good, you guys. I mean, it just needs to be what it is. It's about adjustment, and that's where you're at. Let's get your Ask Angels card. What do we got? What do we got? What do we got for our Taurus moon? Our Taurus Moon is all about reconsider. Is there another? Yes. Oh, thank you. Reconsider what abundance means to you. That's your message, guys. Reconsider what abundance means to you. Reconsider. So abundance doesn't always happen to be money for everyone. Sometimes it's time, sometimes it's people, sometimes it's resources, sometimes it's just having an option of doing multiple different types of things. So maybe your abundance is going to be a mix or a blend of a couple of different things coming towards you. Regardless, right, you do have an opportunity to be in charge of the transformation for yourself this particular week. And please don't sleep on magazines, books, articles, other things like that that are just going to show up. And for some of you, we are definitely talking about moving more out of the energy of the 3D more into the 4D and to the 5D, as well as you are going through this huge spiritual upgrade, and the universe is really trying to get your attention about putting your energy into something that's a little bit more spiritual. So that is what I have for you guys. Whether you are sun, moon, or rising Taurus, I really hope that you enjoyed this reading. If you did, do all the things at the bottom of the screen. And I want to say thank you again for tuning in. Many, many blessings, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.